Howdy, Greg Swan here from BloodhoundBlog.com. I am so sorry to do this to you, but I'm short on time, and so it's much easier for me to talk to a video than to sit down and write. Obviously, if I write, I could write eloquently and for all the ages, or maybe not, but if I make a video, I can knock it out in 5 or 6 minutes and just be done with it, and that's kind of sort of what I want to do. I hope what I'm saying is not unimportant. I don't know for sure that it is terribly important, but it's kind of interesting to me. And I was talking about it with Brian Brady, and it was interesting to him, so I thought I would share these ideas with you. Earlier today, I was reflecting on Brian Brady's post about social media marketing, social media websites, and whether or not they are economically productive for you in your business. And it was just really kind of interesting to me, and I reflected that I might want to write in response to that, because I don't do any of that stuff. I mean, I literally don't do any of that stuff. If I happen to go to LinkedIn to respond to a network invitation, it will be because it's maybe the 10th or 15th one I've gotten, and I didn't respond to any of the others, and so I'll feel guilty and go and deal with the one that hit me today and then go take care of all the others at the same time. Last night, I was playing with the new Facebook client for the iPhone. It just got upgraded, and I downloaded the upgrade, and so I went to look to see what was new, and it's really cool. It's really a nice client. If you have the iPhone and you don't have the Facebook client, go get it. But I'm not a Facebook user. I mean, I'm sure you can tell that if you go around looking for things that I've written on your wall or that other people have written on my wall or whatever the hell it is you do it on Facebook. I don't do any of that. But that's Shiley. This is Shiley expressing her delight to the neighbors. But last night, because I was playing with this client, I went and responded to all my friend requests. And it was so funny because I had like 50 friend requests waiting on me that I hadn't dealt with. And so I just kind of knocked them all out real fast. And somebody sent me an email this morning having noticed that I had dealt with all these friend requests and asked, are you suddenly going to start to join the social media world? Well, no, the answer is no, I'm not. I am an INTJ. We've talked about this many times. Introvert. Intuitive, thinking, judging, I think that's what INTJ means, but the important one there is introvert. And what introvert is a word that people misuse all the time, and another one that they misuse all the time is extrovert, which is the other corresponding characteristics in the Briggs-Myers universe. But literally an introvert is someone who is really happy with his own company, is really comfortable alone, and plausibly, possibly also kind of sort of uncomfortable in groups. And certainly this is the experience that Brian and I have when he insists on dragging me out to parties. Brian is a real extrovert. He really likes people, really likes to interact with them, really likes to have fun with them, make jokes with them, etc. And he takes me to parties, and I'm just an anchor on his enjoyment. And I really feel bad about it, but it's not like I didn't warn him in advance. I've told everyone that this is the way I am, and obviously you can tell this is the way I am. If I'm talking about something, it's because I think it's really, really important, and if what I'm talking about isn't really, really important, I'm probably not talking. I'm off doing something else. I'm doing something that matters to me more. And that's just the way it is. The different people are different, and different people have the right to be different, and I don't think twice about it. I don't think that my particular way of doing things is a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's the way it is. But you'll never really find me in situations where what's going on is merely what people call shooting the breeze, killing time. I know there are a whole lot of cliches for these things, but I don't even know the cliches because I just don't do it. It's not a part. Small talk is the one, and I really, as soon as someone says the word small talk, I kind of cringe, and I'm thinking, God, I'm already wasting my time. And I don't mean to be rude about this. It's not that I'm rude, and it's not that I'm not interested in people. I'm really interested in people, but I'm interested in them in really practical, serious kinds of ways. And so if we're involved in a project together, my attention is focused right on you. I mean, I will zero right in on you, maybe to the point that it makes you uncomfortable. I don't know. But if we're not involved in something, then I'm involved in something else, just like that. And that's just the way it is. So what Brian and I were talking about was the idea, something I had mentioned to him, that people on Facebook aren't your friends. I'm going to friend you on Facebook. That's not your friend. Your friend is someone that you can call upon to help you change a tire in the rain when you get a flat 25 miles from home. And I don't even have any friends like that because I know better. I mean, I know who I am, and I know that I can't be depended on to be that kind of friend for another person. And so I don't encourage other people to make themselves available to me for that kind of friendship. I just don't do it. I mean, I really, really, really love my wife, and I do my best to pay attention to her and to really look out for her, to be thoughtful and considerate, and really look out for her needs and all that. And I'm sure she thinks, if she's watching this video, that I am completely clueless, because I'm sure I neglect her just practically almost as much as I neglect everybody else. And I don't mean to be mean about it. It's just what I am and just the way I am. But the interesting thing about Brian's post was, social media marketing in pursuit of business and all that. I don't do it. I don't do it at all. I'm a big part of the Web 2.0 world. I have been talking about Web 2.0 marketing since forever. I mean, since long before Bloodhound Blog existed. But obviously Bloodhound Blog and everything that we've done since then has been, hugely tightly focused on Web 2.0 marketing, but it's not at all focused on social media marketing, because I don't intend to be social. I just don't intend to do it. It's not that I don't think it might be practical. I'm sure it can be practical if you're someone like Brian Brady and you really like to go out and engage people, and if you approach it strategically, which is another thing that Brian does. I'm sure it could be hugely productive, but it's not my way at all. One of the things I remarked on with Brian tonight is that I approved a comment for BloodhoundRealty.com today for the first time in months, and I did it by mistake. I thought it was a Bloodhound blog comment that I was approving, or I wouldn't have done it anyway. I haven't approved comments on that blog for months, and it hasn't made any difference whatever, because the only people who comment, I get comments from spammers and realtors. That's it. It's never clients who leave comments. If clients want to communicate with me, they communicate with me by email, by telephone, or by form on the website, but they never leave comments, and therefore there's no reason for me to even bother with the comments on the blog. A long time ago, Dan Green turned off the comments on his weblog, and I guess he thought everybody was going to be surprised. I don't know if they were or weren't, but I didn't think it was anything terribly surprising at the time. I just thought it was a real good way to encourage clients to make phone calls, because the comments weren't available. And really, that's something that I should do on BloodhoundRealty.com also, is turn off the comments, because I'm already ignoring them all anyway. But I just thought it was just kind of an interesting contrast. This is a sort of contrast that Brian and I like to bring out when we notice it, because I have really deep relationships with my clients, and I end up knowing all about them and all about their kids and all about their lives and all of that, and I'm completely fascinated by them. But it's not any sort of a small talk relationship. It's really, deeply rooted in their real estate lives, their financial lives, their lives as creatures of values, because values matter to me a great deal. And I really love my clients. I really love them. And for many of them, we will have relationships going on long after there's any practical real estate business to be done. But at the other end of that, I don't have any shallow relationships whatever, or superficial, or I don't want to put pejorative terms on this, because I kind of think of it in negative ways, but I don't mean to imply that there's anything negative about it. It's just that it doesn't register in my value scheme, that I'm living in I don't handle money either. I don't handle cash, that all my transactions are done with plastic or electronically. And it's kind of sort of like I'm reacting to the social media marketing world like coins and dollar bills, things that I never have anything to do with, as opposed to credit cards and funds transfers, the way I always handle money. And I don't know if that's a really decent analogy or not, and I don't even know if I'm making any sense to you, but I did want to kind of memorialize this conversation that I had with Brian, because both he and I thought it was interesting that, I'm doing a ton of work, I'm making a lot of money, a lot of the things that we have done over the last 3 years are really starting to bear fruit in big ways, but none of them involve interacting with strangers on LinkedIn or on Facebook or on Trulia Voices or anything at all like that. I just don't do it. I don't have time, and I don't have any interest, and therefore I don't do it. I do the things that I'm interested in and that are proving to be very productive to us. And if you are an extrovert, you probably don't understand what I'm talking about. If you are an introvert, here's my permission direct from Greg Swan, to not worry about Facebook or Yahoo or Trulia or any of that crap, and just focus on what you're good at. And if you focus on what you're good at, and especially if you put your clients first, you're going to make money anyway. So that's my attitude. Do what you want, have what you love, be who you are, and go make money. Bless you. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.